Welcome to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV, the show that talks to small business owners about the best ways to practice business in our current day from experienced professionals. And we are here every Saturday from 11 a.m. to noon. And this week, we actually have two guests, Maria Mendoza, CEO of ATM Financial Practice, and Flor Tahate, bankruptcy attorney at the law offices of Flor A. Tahate. Liberty, how the hell are you today?
Doing really, really good. We've had some pretty interesting discussions today, already lively, and super excited about today's guests. Both of them actually participate in our mastermind and in Gold Star. And
yeah, they do. That's how I met Maria.
Yeah, it's really good when we get to have our friends on the show. Right?
Oh, yeah.
So getting to highlight them, getting to know more about their businesses, and really being able to promote them. Very excited to share the story about how I met Maria. And
how did you meet Maria, or were you going to save that for later?
No, yeah, now is a great time to talk about that. So I met Maria at Turlock Young Professionals, I want to say like around last summer.
Okay.
And she was getting ready to have a event in January, and we were just chatting about mindset. And this is at the time that the Vision Board magazine came out, and I was sharing with her about that. And she was like, oh, I wanted to do a Vision Board workshop as part of my seminar. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have to power partner because this will be so perfect. So I helped her with printing and getting her the Vision Board magazines for the class seminar event thing, and also was a speaker at this event, which has then spiraled off into more business dealings with Maria and other people that were at the event. So we've been becoming close friends with the other speakers, and it's been really amazing. So nice. I love getting to know Maria, and that's how a good networking event should happen, is like more and more business happens after, just naturally,
So you have the mastermind. Mm-hmm. So you have Liberty Notary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm Liberty Santiago. I am a business consultant and a personal development coach, and I have been a CEO for 2.5 years now, which is really exciting. I love helping other businesses grow and scale, and people to develop themselves. Community is the people, culture is the people, and I have learned that by being in an employment environment that I could see could improve, and I was like, man, we could so improve this. And that's just my cheerleader nature. It's in my DNA to gather community and to be the hype girl. So really just turning that into how can I help other businesses. Using your natural gifts is always the best way to have earned income, because then it doesn't feel like you're really working, So
it fits you. It does. It fits your personality.
Yeah. And then so like networking and, being my own boss or whatever has got me to a space where I got to meet you, and networking and Gold Star and everything like that. So how about you, Justin?
Well, I am the owner of the Small Business Voice Media. Mm-hmm. We've been at this. It'll be a year coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
Actually, not the next show, but the show after will be our 1-year anniversary officially.
We need a happy birthday song for that. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, huh? So I am in the process of taking some classes so I can help small businesses out better. So there will be more information on the website in the future.
Yeah.
That way, if there's any questions, I'm going to have a lot of information.
You're going to be more of a resource.
I'll be more of a resource, yes. Yeah, and these classes are very interesting. So right now, I just got a qualification to help trucking companies. And
nice.
Yeah. Now I got to get 2 other endorsements, which should be done in the middle of August.
Cool.
To where I could help small businesses and trucking companies, individual truck drivers, owner-operators, which I'll talk to Maria about, because I know she's kind of helps us in the field.
She's in logistics. That's her main company, her parent company. She's been a CEO of that for 9 years. Yeah,
Maria and I have a lot in common, and yet I've yet to really talk with her. But we do have a lot in common, because I have a trucking background of 27 and a half years. It's going to be 28 years for me in November. I got into it when I was 19. And it
wow.
You're
not dating yourself or anything.
Yeah.
It's all good.
I'm still in my 40s.
There you go.
Yeah, so anyway, you're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And we have a couple interesting guests coming up pretty soon. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're really talking about creating financial peace and profit with these two particular guests. One talks about how to build up your portfolio, and the other one talks about how to clean it up.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's kind of cool.
So we got the builder on first, then we got the cleaner second.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If you need the bleeding to stop, Floor is your girl.
Yeah, and you know, Floor, when you meet Floor, she just has a personality, like a very inviting personality.
Yeah.
Always smiling, always friendly. Just somebody you could trust, I feel.
You know what's funny about Floor is we live in the same town. We both live in Turlock. And
oh, I didn't know that.
yeah,
Okay.
I first met her through Gold Star at Skewers.
Yeah.
And then my daughter invited me to the Harding boot camp, the Harding Performance boot camp, and I saw Floor there, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool!" I was like, "Hey, I'm going to see you like 4 times a week now."
What's the Harding boot camp?
It's kind of like CrossFit, I want to say.
Okay, so when you showed that video that one time
Yeah.
of you doing the hip
Doing the hip thrusters.
or the hip thrusters, yeah, I enjoyed watching that drinking my milkshake.
That's right.
Yeah, from Jack in the Box. Not a healthy milkshake.
With your donuts.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
Ooh, donuts and milkshakes.
That does sound...
Yes.
It sounds like I'd want to take a nap right after. Yeah, so these are two really amazing guests, and I'm excited because both of them have resources that are free to the community. Anybody listening can benefit from going to their website, scheduling a call with them. It's free.
Nothing wrong with free. We like free.
Yeah, I mean, and really what the point is of the Small Business Voice, correct me if I'm wrong, is to be that resource to help other people and help businesses. And I don't think people can afford to go without experts.
No, that's what we do. We bring experts onto the show. They share their knowledge.
Right.
They answer any questions that we have. I mean, and we're on social media. We have the website. Yeah, we have a lot of platforms, and we don't necessarily have answers. That's why we bring on the experts to kind of answer those questions.
Yeah, that's what we do here. And I want to say also that by us doing this for about a year now, I have really been able to expand my business because I don't rely on my own understanding for things. I ask for the experts' help. And while we're interviewing our guests, I end up doing business with a lot of them, if not already prior to them coming onto the show. I end up doing business with them later because we get to sit down and really talk to them about why and what. And I learned so much.
Yeah.
Like really being here, as a spectator and as a part of the show, I am getting so much from everyone else.
Yeah.
And so I just want to encourage others to continue to listen to us. We're on Power Talk 1360 every Saturday at 11 a.m. to noon. That's our spot. Lock it in.
Absolutely. And I like learning. You want to deal with people that you know, like, and trust.
Sure.
And I think when you hear them interviewed on the radio, you get to hear their voice, you get to kind of feel their mannerisms. Mm-hmm. I think it brings up the curiosity. What do they look like? So you might be at home and thinking, like Liberty, I got a lot of feedback about you when we first started.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, when people heard your voice, they're like, hey, I got to find out what she looks like.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so I got that. Like, that was like all my feedback when we first started the show. Like, hey, is Liberty single?
And then
who is Liberty?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And then they find out I'm 4'11", and they're like, wow.
Yeah. Well, but you have a big personality.
I do. That makes up for that.
It does.
Most
yes.
vertically challenged people do have a very big personality.
That's true.
Well, we have two special guests teaching us how to create financial peace and profit. Up next is Maria Mendoza of ATM Financial Practice. This is the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago. Connect with us on the web, smallbusinessvoicemedia.com and libertybrand.biz.
And our first guest of the day is Maria Mendoza, CEO of ATM Financial Practice, located in Newman, California. You can find valuable financial resources on her website, atmfinancialpractice.com. Follow her on Instagram at allthings.maria, or write down her phone number and reach her directly at 209-895-0779. That's 209-895-0779. Connect with your hosts and like, share, and follow on social media and on the web, smallbusinessvoicemedia.com and libertybrand.biz.
You know, in today's market with inflation and rising taxes, there's not a greater time to tune in to what our expert Maria has to share. So huge thank you, Maria, for taking your time to come on to our show and be that valuable resource.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, you know, I had introduced everyone to how you and I met originally and how from networking we became power partners in a couple of different ways for your event that is now an annual event, which is really cool. People can go check that out on allthroughme.com.
Yes, correct.
And before we get into talking about ATM financial practice, I think it's really relevant to share that, you know, you have been a entrepreneur, CEO of another company for 9 years. What is that company?
I'm also a freight broker, which is
awesome.
called ATM, Freight Logistics, hence the ATM all over.
I love that.
I've been self-employed there for 6 years, but in the industry, 9 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I helped my dad start his business, and I still manage his business as well.
That's cool.
So you and I have that in common. I'm not a freight broker, but I'm in the trucking industry.
Logistics.
Yes,
Nice.
I've been driving. Well, so I've been driving for 28 and a half years. At least that's what I say.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, there were times where I was a transportation manager, I was a dispatcher, but those years are long gone. It's so much easier to be staring through that big window on the road than it is
Right.
to handle all that drama.
It's a lot of
Yes.
a lot of phone calls, a lot of paperwork, but
Yeah.
I'm so used to it. I love it by now. It's
That's
like
good.
second nature to me now.
That's really good. And plus, I know we've kind of chatted about this in the past, being a female in that industry definitely sets you apart.
Yes.
But there's a whole community of females in the logistics.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's actually not as
Uncommon.
as you would think. There is
Really?
a lot of
Yes.
it's a growing industry for both men and women now.
Yeah, you're as the social media starts growing, you're seeing more women sharing their experiences on social media. I actually follow several of them, and they're doing amazing. Some of them are really small, petite, driving big old 18-wheelers. But yeah, there's a lot more in the industry, especially in the office part of it as well.
That's
Dispatching, being the freight brokers, and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I got a couple of friends that work for Costco. I got one that works at the Costco down in Mariloma, and one that works for the Costco up here in Tracy. And it's pretty diverse when it comes to drivers and
Oh, yes.
yeah, in the office. So
There's definitely a lot of Hispanics and different ethnicities in the trucking industry. And I speak Spanish, so I deal a lot with the Hispanic community in the trucking industry.
I
in
speak
every
Spanish.
an-
I speak Spanish too. I don't know if you knew that or not.
No, I did not.
Yeah, yes. I'll show you my skills at the taco truck one day.
I don't think that's exactly the same, but
Oh, it's not. Oh. My
Hey,
mistake.
if you can order your food, hey, that's a bonus.
Thank you, Maria. See, Liberty, I do pretty good. All right,
I love it.
so Maria, what inspired you to start ATM Financial Practice?
So many things inspire me to start ATM Financial Practice. For example, my community, my family members, and my friends. So I'm going to take it back a little bit. I've been, like I said, self-employed for 9 years. And one of my biggest concerns for the longest time was that I didn't have any retirement set for myself, as many business owners don't. So after talking to my husband, he told me, all the retirement plans he had. So I did a little bit of more digging, and all the ones that are out there that I can contribute to, like the 401k, Roth IRA, they're all good, but they have more downsides that I didn't like for myself. And since I have the ability and option to choose, I found Index Universal Life accounts. And on my search, I found that they're only sold by a life insurance agent. So I sat down with an agent, and he explained how they worked, how you can compound your money tax-free. If I wanted to retire at any age with any given amount, I can contribute as much a month to meet that goal sooner. And And the tax-free benefits, those are really good. And compared to the 401k, they have a lot of penalties, and these don't. So I was really interested, and I wanted one, and he went ahead and he explained that they also have living benefits and death benefits. Living benefits meaning that you can use your insurance while you're living if you get a heart attack, a critical illness, or a chronic illness. And I was so amazed. I knew life insurance existed, and I knew the importance of it, but I didn't know that you can use it while you're living. And I was like, why don't we know about this stuff? Why don't we know why isn't it available out there that we can choose a retirement plan, that we can invest our own money and essentially become our own bank, and all these resources out there. And sadly, the education system's not designed that way for us to know. We had to do that research on ourselves. And he told me, why don't you educate your community? I was like, how? He's like, just get your life insurance license. And when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, like, that is such a good tool.
The light bulb went off.
Yeah, it went off. I was like, a lot of truck drivers were coming into mind because they don't have retirement plans. Mm-hmm. My mom, she went through cancer 5 years ago. She's good now, but her life insurance that she had at the moment didn't have living benefits, so she wasn't able to use them. And my community, like, nobody knows, how to invest their money. And so I was like, you know what, this is something that I love doing and researching on, and why not open my practice and help the community and teach others English and Spanish.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
We were going to ask you, what community do you like to educate the most about products ATM financial practices have to offer?
That's a good question, Justin. I can't pick just one community because we all need life insurance and the financial products that I offer and the others offer as well. We all can benefit from a baby that's just born, that as soon as you get their Social Security, to a person that is retiring and that wants to put their money in a safe account that is not at the loss of the market. Anybody can use it, and a lot of us are not financially literate. So it's sad to say, but the more I talk to people, the less they know. And the more I want to teach them. So anybody that's listening can benefit, and that's who I want to serve.
So a quick side question. So when I go to work, I go up Crow's Landing Road, and it seems like about every 2 weeks to a month, I always see people out there holding a sign, trying to get a donation for a loved one they lost.
Yes.
How can you get to that community, though, just that don't know, that don't plan?
So there's several ways. One, the biggest way is social media, creating free content for them to learn, and spreading the word, and referrals and stuff like that. And just people have such a taboo idea when it comes to life insurance, like it's expensive, it's not for me, I can't afford it. And quick note, we also offer products for ITIN holders. Those are the people that legally work here, like that are undocumented and pay taxes and everything, but cannot qualify for anything. They can get their life insurance and these retirement plans set in place. So it's just reaching out to other communities, and when somebody passes away that they're collecting money, they usually try to get anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 for the services that they need in like a matter of 3 days, 3 to 4 days. Ooh. But you can avoid all that hassle by paying as low as $30 a month for $100,000 or more. So it's really affordable, and it's a lot better than what you've heard of what you think that it costs. It's just I offer free consults, so you can reach out to me and I can let you know how much a plan is for you, so you can avoid having to do GoFundMes, collecting money, and asking family members that we hardly talk to for money when something like that happens.
It's devastating alone, emotionally and mentally draining when somebody passes away unexpectedly.
Yes.
And to have to raise the funds and and plan a service is got to be a huge burden that you can lift by just planning ahead, because death is inevitable.
But unfortunately, we can't see the future. We don't know what lies ahead.
That's right.
Yeah.
And yes, I totally agree, and it can be avoided by just being set. We already insure everything else: our phones, our home, our cars, everything that you can think of is insured. That's material. Yeah. It's material things.
Yeah.
But why not insure the most valuable thing, which is your life?
Yeah.
So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Liberty Santiago on the Small Business Voice on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Listen each Saturday at 11 a.m. And we are here with Maria Mendoza, CEO of ATM Financial Practice. Follow her on Instagram, allthings.maria. And check out her website, atmfinancialpractice.com. Or get straight to her by calling her directly at 209-895-0779. That's 209-895-0779.
Now, I know that life insurance, is available and will help people for all the what-ifs in life. And if you go to Maria's website, she has this breakdown of the what-ifs of life that will show you at any stage of your life how life insurance can come through, clutch, and become a tax shield, and, just really help you out. So make sure you go to her website, atmfinancialpractice.com. And where is that little breakdown?
It's once you go to my website, there's a section that is called All That Matters. And on that section, click on the All That Matters, and all the what ifs in life are going to be listed. You can just keep scrolling and reading each section. And really, when you're reading the questions, really think for yourself. Am I prepared? It doesn't matter if you're like a young person or the parent with kids or somebody that's already older. It doesn't matter. Where you're at in life, there's a product that we can tailor to your needs.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you, Maria.
Yeah.